Rodney Dow. Woo.
What's going on, Gary Putnam?
Man, I saw Jim Lauer watching first.
Jim Lauer is on it?
Nothing happening up in Salina. He's like, I want to watch this show with these weirdos.
I see Tim and Matt Ray on too. Tim Purdue and Matt Ray.
Tim Purdue, what's up, Tim? What's up, Matt?
What's going on, Gary?
Over here chilling in the AC because I'm a wuss.
Yeah. And it did get a little warm today. I got my AC on as well. I think some storms are coming our way. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We'll see how
Keep
it plays.
that.
A little north of us, a little south of us, kind of going around.
My yard girl knocked out the yard mowing today. How's yours?
And my needs mode, I got to spend the opportunity with Gavin.
You mean to send her over?
I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that. You know, that probably costs me money. You know what I mean? If I have to dial it up a notch there. I have to knock it out tomorrow. I got lazy after that transmission overhaul.
Oh, man.
Chilled out. But I meant to do it. But
you thought about it. That counts a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, as long as I get it done by Tuesday night, because that's when the bags go out to the trash, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You know, from the cutting. But
there's Mr. Tim. What's up, guys? See you this weekend. Yes, Tim.
Looking forward to this weekend. Mokan. June 13th to 14th. Titans of 10-5. Man, I can't wait to talk about. Did you see the points come out? We'll have to talk about that a little bit later. Woo!
Yeah, we got them broke down. We're going to run through that with Al and Larry.
Man,
there's Doug Perry. Hey there, guys. He says, Doug, you about ready to haul your car to the racetrack and do some burnouts?
I bet he is. That's awesome.
Oh, Troy says by Wednesday it'll be time to mow a second time.
That's exactly right. It's growing. All this rain and stuff. Absolutely.
Yep. Take advantage while we can with the rain because it sure makes the grass look good.
Yep.
Troy says, sup.
Yep.
What's up, Mr. Troy?
Relaxing and ready to go.
You chilling in the garage with a tasty beverage, Troy?
Oh, yeah. Staring at the yellow dart. Did you see NHRA on today, Gary?
I did. I seen just a little bit of that while you and I was talking earlier. Yeah,
they had a little ran down a pro mod too. Did you see the old boy got DQ'd without the fire pan in?
I saw that. Jordan, right?
Yeah.
That gave Stevie Jackson the round.
Yeah. Saw that. Yep. What was the deal with Erica's deal? She got DQ'd in one of her qualifiers, didn't she? She had the wrong rims or something. What was going on there?
Something that wasn't in the rules that they ruled against.
Okay.
That seems a little strange, but
they had a midday rule added or something.
I don't know, man.
Interesting.
I don't know the ins and outs. Tim Purdue might know the wheels are his lane and how that operates. He might have an inside story on that.
He might. That's a good point. I wonder what was going on there.
Doug Perry says he's just about ready to do peel outs.
Oh man, that's going to be awesome. Want to see that thing in person.
There's Mr. Wheatland Brawl.
Oh my God!
Name of that class, not the unlimited, but the other
limited.
The limited winner, Mr. Joseph Thomas. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, the champ is here.
The champ, that's right. Hauled home the big pile of money.
Big old briefcase full of money. He's probably just like put it in the bed and did his swim strokes, with it in the bed there. Yeah.
Yep. Made it rain.
Yeah, made it rain.
Troy says, yes, he's in the garage with a tasty beverage.
Nice.
Troy says, trying to figure out a good price for a roller complete everything but motor. Dang.
Oh, for the banana? Banana?
Your wife's going to sell your wife's car without the motor, or what's the deal? Or your Dodge truck? Jim says he thinks got a Hemi. Thinks it was a deal with the slicks.
Okay, having tubes or something. I don't know.
Something, yeah. Donna Newberry / Goose has a warning. Goose is watching. Get prepared. Bring it on, Goose.
Donna Newberry, the luckiest woman in the 4-state area.
That's right. Bring it on.
Mr. Goose. What's going on? I bet he's ready for Friday night. Mokan.
Oh man, can't wait to see Goose again.
Goose will be looking for this one. Looking for this.
Oh, he's looking for that one right there. Exactly,
Yes,
that's the one.
Sure. Woo!
You better put a air tag on that, an Apple air tag up in the roof
like
of it.
A little GPS or where that little tracker, where to go.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you better stick one in there.
Yes.
Tim says have to run a beadlock wheel. They were running a liner wheel. The rules don't say you can't run them, but will be updated ASAP.
There you go.
Huh.
The man that would know just answered from Weld himself. That's awesome.
So on the other side of that, where the rule says the rules don't say you can't. The rules don't say you can't
run them.
So,
no.
So,
you would think that it would be okay if the rules say you can. Yeah. Maybe by the next, Monday morning, it might get changed. You know what I mean? And it sounds like it will. But like we got to continue on with the activities at Bay there.
I've always thought you read the rules for what they don't say.
Well, there you go.
Right?
That's what I understood it.
So, I wonder if they'll get that finished off, or if the rain cleared off, where they can get the track dried off. Because when they was getting machinery and stuff out, they killed the feed and they said, go to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
To
NHRA.tv.
Yep.
When I was getting set up here, when you were running the music, I thought I saw they were live on my phone, running Mount Motor. Did you see they ran Pro Mod right before it ended, though? They were kind of running through that.
Yes.
That's my favorite part. I'll just watch that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Joseph Thomas says liner wheels are a lighter wheel, I believe, and that's why they tried it, but not 100% on that. Okay.
Fair enough.
And Tim says funny part was they went slower with them. And if you don't know anything about Tim Perdue, he was on the podcast a while back, and he works for Weld. He knows wheels.
He knows a thing or two.
He knows a thing or two about wheels.
It's interesting too that how they went slower, Gary. And so if that took one of their qualifiers away, then it wasn't their top qualifier, obviously. And but you saw there was a little, little elbowing or pushing there, little body rubbing,
little skirmish
with Elite and KB. So you wonder if there was maybe some extra talking going on there. It's hard to say what happened. I'm sure we'll get a full rundown early this week on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Tim's got a correction.
Yeah, Mr. Tim says, Joseph Thomas, nope, they're heavier, so you can hit them with more power.
Okay. Oh, sounds good.
Alan Watts. Alan Watts says, me and Old Blue are chomping at the bit, ready for smoking Mokan.
Nice.
Sweet.
It's going to be nice, man.
Right on. Thanks for chiming in, Alan.
Yes. Yeah, we had a little pre-talk. We got Night Train and now in the green room, and we've been off to the side talking about Friday night and the Friday night activities with some chip drawing and some bacon and some waffles and some pancakes. And it's going to be quite the show there after the testing session. And then we also they put out a little roll call. Did you see that, Gary? Where they're seeing who's all going to show up and show out. So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we got some of those to run through. Some returning people that we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
Is on the roll call. Yes.
Nice.
Joseph Thomas says, Tim Perdue thought it may have been vice versa. Wasn't sure. Big tire problems. That's right.
There you go. Yeah, very cool.
Joseph says, Brian, get back to work. Who's that?
Brian's working or not working?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who Brian.
Calling him out. Well, how was your week? Did you get any? Got an update on your car or anything? It's over there at Keith's, right? Got any update on your engine?
It is at Keith's. I have no update. I haven't been over there. I haven't talked to him. I'm not going to bug him every day. He's doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. That's all I know about my car.
Okay.
Haven't heard anything. Come on, Rod, you froze up on me. Are you there? Do you have audio? You froze up a little bit. You're pretty grainy and fuzzy looking. Are you there?
Yeah, I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just not saying anything.
Yeah, you froze up. You just froze up again.
Yeah.
Huh.
Get a better internet.
What in the world? What's going on over there? Now you're stuck like this. But if you can hear okay, I'll keep chatting.
Yeah, I could hear fine.
Okay. Haven't heard nothing from Keith. I assume everything
froze up.
No, I'm not. It's you.
No, I'm serious. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. You got a car?
No, I don't have a car.
Okay. I see a little red car behind you there with 4 wheels. Oh. I thought that was it.
That's my wife's car.
Well, I thought so.
That's her favorite little yard gadget, the lawnmower.
Has it got the striper kit on it?
She hasn't been using the stripper kit. Unless maybe she's going to go out because sometimes she'll go over the second time and maybe that's when she includes the stripper kit.
Maybe. That looks good when she does it like that. It's really nice looking. Yeah,
it does look good. But about my car, it's at Keith's still. Nice. I'm not going to bug him while he's working. He knows what to do. Haven't heard nothing from up north at Salina. Mm-hmm. I figure each day I don't hear anything is a day closer to getting that phone call that says, let's dyno this little 305 turd and let's make about 300 horsepower.
300 horsepower.
Maybe 350.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little 305. Isn't that like the engine that came in like the Monte Carlos in the mid 80s?
Oh, yeah.
Like an LQ4 engine that was something like that, little carbureted junk.
Oh, yeah. They come in third gens in the RSs back in the day.
Oh, yeah. All that. All them powers, man. Woo-wee.
Yeah. Very cool.
Put a 3/4 race cam in it.
Headers there. Cool.
Troy says I should have got a screenshot of you like that.
Oh, yeah. When I froze up.
Jason Tappendick. What's up, Jason? Ain't seen you for a while. Enough about the yard. You hush your mouth. He's from up there in Salina, too.
Oh, yeah. I bet that storm's coming his way.
So, car is in good shape. Engine is in good shape. It's being handled. And I don't have much to report other than that over here. What about your place over there?
Man, I just got done with a little transmission and for Gavin, and I'm ready to go. Got a fresh oil change from Mohan, some fuel, got some oil, got some training fluid. We'll load up, head that way. What is it, about a 3-hour drive for us? Yeah, it's right about 3 hours. We just happened to notice that on the clock when we went to Springfield a few weeks back, and a pretty easy drive with her to Mokan. So yeah, it'll be cool. Yeah. Oh, cool. What kind of pictures you got for us? What do you got this week? Well, let's move out of the way here. Let's hit this again. We've been hitting this every week because it's coming. So this, coming up this weekend, we're going to be at Mokan for Titans at 10-5. The weekend after that, right? 14th and then the 21st. This is the makeup race for the April Mid-America Dragway Garfield Furniture Heads Up race that got canceled in April, and it got bumped to June 21st. I haven't seen the specifics on this. I'm sure it'll be out real soon, like 4:30. It's going to be bumped back later in the day. Yeah. It's June. It's going to be warmish / hot. So Harper knows that. He's a track prep machine, and he wants to give racers a good track. So it's going to get bumped back on the time. Nice. So
The specifics on that, I'm sure they will get out. I would imagine in a week or less ish. So on gate times and when everything gets kind of popping, but I think I saw 4:30. So
heck yeah,
that'll be Mokan this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Arc City Mirror America Dragway the following weekend, the 21st.
Yeah. Speaking of Harper being a track, prep. I heard a little rumor about him. Was he down at Thunder Valley this week?
I don't know. I was wondering that too.
I didn't know. I heard he was or not. Well, there I went through there. It was so big. It was a mega race, if I remember right.
Mega week.
Wow.
Mega week. Do you have multiple electronic devices running in your garage?
I do not.
You sounded like a robot a little bit and a little shaky, scrambly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Doug Perry says, got to get my diaper on. I got from Joseph Thomas and working on moving the seat. Very good. Yeah, you're in the right place. If you're going to get some parts, you get them from Joseph Thomas. He can get about everything, get a good deal, and get it right to your door super quick. Rod and I have bought a bunch of stuff from Joseph, and he is a world-class A+ dude to buy parts from. So there. So that's in a couple weeks. And this weekend coming up, June 13th to 14th, Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest. We will be at Mokan Dragway, June 13th and 14th, coming up next weekend.
Nice.
And Rodney has been getting ready.
It's going to be a good time. I saw those points come out and thought that was awesome.
You pretty much are ready, aren't you? Just about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You need a little more fluids and you got it all cleaned up.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Can't stop. It's going to be a good time. I see, just ready to get back out. I think what was the last one in Ozark? What was that? 3 weeks back or so?
Yeah, that was May 16th and 17th.
Yeah. So
that was 3 weeks ago.
Man. So
it goes fast, doesn't it?
It really does. But we're starting to get into the summertime and here we go, next 3 months.
Yeah. I was talking to you. You mentioned Gavin. You helped Gavin with some stuff, and he stopped by here. I had a couple of things to give him and said something about the month of July. And I said, I'm not even going to go outside in the month of July. Just nope.
Yeah. No,
not interested.
Go outside. That's funny.
I'm going to take a month of vacation and stay in the air conditioning.
Check out that new building you work in, right?
What's that?
That new building you work in, you're going to see how good the air works there?
I think I'm already finding out.
Oh, yeah? 2 thumbs up?
No.
What?
But now, wait a second. We had the maintenance guy was in our shop the other day, and we talked about it, and he said, blah, 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 whatever. I said, why don't you run that down to about 65? And if we get cold, we'll let you know. So we can't change it. He can. He's the maintenance guy.
Right.
So he did his magic and he put it at 67.
Okay.
Well, the next morning after it had the evening to cool off.
Sure.
The next morning I walked in there and it was 67 and it was chilly.
Oh, nice.
And we got a couple new guys. There's 6 of us that work in there, and a couple of the new guys are like, dude, it's cold in here. Like, well, wait till it's 110 outside.
Right.
But there's a humidity problem. It stays 40 to 50% humidity. That's not awesome, but which makes 67 feel a little colder than it really is. But we're gonna survive. We'll be okay. We'll get through it.
That's great, man.
We need a dehumidifier, and all that's in the works. So it's we'll get it handled as we progress. So,
no, that's awesome.
But it's nice and cool. I went in there Saturday morning. I was the only one in there, and man, it was nice and cool. It was 67 degrees again.
Heck yeah.
Then in the afternoon, it got all the way up to 68. So I'm roughing it, dude.
You are roughing it.
There's some comments here. Let's catch up on this.
Catch them up.
Doug Perry talking about Joseph Thomas. He said, that's where I get all my stuff from. He is the man. Tim Alt, good evening, guys. Hey, Tim, what's going on? You got some storms down there in Texas getting ready to rough you up?
That's it. The storms.
Josh Gill says, is there a schedule out for next weekend? Al and Larry will cover that in just a little bit. Jake Ulrich, the house stays at 74.
74.
You must be a reptile. 74 is that is hot. Woo! 74. Wow.
Gary ain't having no 74, is he?
I'm not coming to your house if it's 74. No way.
That's awesome.
Woo. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, we'll have some event details with Larry now here in just a little bit.
Perfect.
So this is where Rodney's racing next. Titans at 10.5 at Mokan. And look at that. You got a cool banner, a cool white car. Man.
Yeah. Man, I went into Mel Hamilton and they hooked me up there. I needed some fuel and needed some oil and I had those VP jugs and they're like, hey, we need to get you some new jugs. And we got some new jugs in, so we want you to use these. So I was like, all right, that'll work. And run a little banner there inside the trailer there, you know, just like the Neil Chance and Turbonetics. So, but yeah, man, they hooked me up.
You know why they want you to use them jugs, don't you?
Why is that, Gary?
Well, look at the label on them.
I see that. That looks pretty cool, huh?
Yes, that's branding at the finest right there.
Absolutely, yeah. So they
and why not?
And fooled them up with some. We're ready to go. Got a little quick oil change there with the papers, and but yeah, man, they really helped me out a lot. So had to plug them, give them a shout out there, Phil, and good time.
Yep. A couple.
What's Wendy saying there?
Jake,
oh, sorry.
Jake Ulrich says, oh, dang, that's nice. That is real nice. Nice setup. Yep. There's a lot of white in that picture right there.
I see that too, noticing that, you know what I mean? As I'm looking at it. Yeah. Well,
you did an excellent job of placing everything too. You got the Schaefer's jugs in the middle, the white jugs and the banner and the car. And that's a pretty nice picture.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
I like it.
Yeah.
Wendy Martin. Hi, Wendy. Good evening. She says, got to go to that shop on Mega Week. Pretty cool place. That's right.
Oh, yeah. We got some pictures here, too. They were just talking about what was that Tuesday, I think, how busy it was and going in there all day, you know, eating. And that they had items, you know, in the parts area to sell and helping all those racers in need. So that worked out great.
And Wendy, I would imagine you guys came in on Kellogg or Highway 54, the stoplight where you had to turn left to get access to the frontage road is 1.25 miles straight south of my house. That street runs behind my house. I'm a mile away from Mel Hamilton. It's super handy.
Oh yeah, you can ride a bike there. It's so close to you.
I drive by there every day, twice a day.
Yeah. So they, but it was a good time, and he was just talking a little bit about race week, and I think we got some pictures with that too. So that'll be very, very cool.
This is under Tiffany Weeks Putnam. This is not Tiffany. This is her sister, my sister-in-law, Julie. She says, hello, boys. Where are your Buc-ee's shirts? Mine's in the closet.
Yeah.
I got my Titans at 10.5 shirt on. We're with the Titans boys tonight.
Nice.
Yep.
And I hope you're enjoying those Buc-ee. What were those pajamas, right?
Pajama pants and t-shirt. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So you're ready to go, Rod.
Yeah, ready to go.
You're ready to rip.
Hey, mid-afternoon, start getting it up.
Wendy says, dang, should have hollered. We had to wait out the monsoon in Emporia till 6 that night. Missed out on all the food.
Oh, yeah.
No yeah. Dude, man, I was talking to Gavin and he told me their route, they came through here. They was about 2 hours ahead. I said, when was you at Mel Hamilton? He said 8:30. At 10:30, that storm was knocking on the door out west and it was nasty. It was nasty.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah, they made a good decision to get to Mel Hamilton, go south. They went down to Oklahoma somewhere. I forget where they looked at the map and felt like they was clear of all the mess, and it worked out for them. So that was Gavin and Ray and Eric and Molly and Gavin's son. Yeah, they got all the way clean through that mess.
Yeah. We haven't had rain like that in years, Like I said, 6 inches fell within 24 hours. It was just crazy.
It stormed like crazy here that night.
It made the national news. There was over 100 water rescues that the fire department reported. So that's just
wow.
Yeah.
There's Russell Foreman. What's up, Russell Foreman?
Hey, Russell. Excited to see you this weekend.
Yep.
Get to see Betty White. It's going to be fun.
Heck yeah. We missed seeing them at Ozark when we was there 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So the Rocky Mountain Race Week set up. That group they started in Tulsa. They had a post out. Cars have begun to return. This was on Friday. I think Friday when they returned. But what I was after was it was a 1,300 mile plus journey. Gavin told me how many miles they logged on their car, but they drove down and drove home and stuff. But this says 522 streetcars started. And this was a post. They say they wanted to see which of the 522 streetcars made it back. I never did hear how many fell out or on the same term, how many completed the event. There's always, there's always cars that have to fall out, breakage and stuff like that. So I never did hear, if 522 is an accurate number, never did hear how many fell out. There's like a percentage of attrition that's pretty common on all of these events. And I don't remember if it's like 30% or 20, but there's an attrition. Everybody don't make it back. So, and with
deal here, it says they're tomorrow the race for 35,000. Is that they actually have a race?
Yes, on Saturday. Yeah, when you make it back on Friday, if you break the beam, that locks you in. That locks in all your slips, all your time. You've completed the day. You've finished the event. Saturday they had a heads up race. I don't remember the specifics. They have a few different classes. They have the fastest 8 based off your ET, and then like another group of 32 or something like that. Well, like that fastest group of 8, they race for $15,000 or $16,000, and there's another bonus involved in there.
Okay.
And Bryant Goldstone, if anybody follows any of that stuff, Bryant Goldstone entered both races. There was 2 separate races going on during this deal, which is the first time it's ever been done. And it appears like it was pretty successful. Everything went pretty smooth. Bryant won the event for both A and B groups, the 2 separate races. He won both sides. He won his class, won the quick 8 shootout in both sides. Wow. So he hauled home like the javelin, the black and red javelin. Bryant is a super cool dude, and he is an animal.
Nice.
So, and if that's not obvious that he would enter both of these classes, and you have to race that the same day.
Yeah.
So he pulled out.
This race on Saturday, you had to do the mega week to go to this race. You couldn't just show up on Saturday to race, right?
Yeah, you had to do the event. Yeah. Yeah, Bryant, he pulled off quite a feat to to make it through both events, and he's going to be tired for a long time after this.
So, going to take this week off coming up too. You take a week off as well, so that's funny.
Unbelievable what he accomplished in this 1 week. Yeah. Let's catch up on some comments here. Austin Martin, hey fellas. Hey Austin.
What's up, Austin? Ready for the chip draw?
Yeah, Wendy says some of the racers hydroplaned off the road. I saw that.
Wow.
Yeah. Great. Drag radials on rain road is a terrible idea.
Not a good idea.
I mean, it's so bad. Yeah. There's Matt Ray.
Hey, Matt.
Andrew Lovett. What's up, guys?
Andrew.
Don McGinnis says Adam Dory is still doing the math. 522. Don McGinnis went on this route this week. I think he was entered with his Challenger. I think it's a Challenger.
Sure.
522 entered. Not sure how many made it back. More attrition than I've seen in years. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So that 30% might be accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. Ray Parsons, what's up from Ratcliffe, Arkansas? Woo pig. Some Razorbacks.
See you this weekend, Ray.
Yeah. Don McGinnis is Goldstone won unlimited in Group A and B and the overall for $34,000. Woo!
Man, that sounds like a great week of racing there.
Man, that'll pay for freshening up all the crap on the car.
Yeah. So you're saying he broke even?
Oh man, I don't know, man. That's rough on a guy.
Yeah.
And Matt Race is 660s at 218.
That's rolling.
That was his average. Was that his average, Matt? 660 at 218.
Wow.
Stout.
That's rolling.
But they rolled through here on Tuesday. So if 500 cars entered Tecton in Tulsa,
okay,
they went to Flying H for the second day of racing.
Okay.
Then they went from Flying H, Odessa, to here, to Mel Hamilton to a checkpoint. So I would for sure say it's safe to say 400 plus cars rolled through the Wichita area to checkpoint at Mel Hamilton.
Incredible.
Yeah. Was it 500? I don't know. Did they lose 20 cars in the first day or day and a half? But it's easily 400 plus hot rods rolling through Wichita. Yeah.
Man. That is,
when you and I was talking about it, I thought, man, I wouldn't be surprised if Rodney takes like a lunch break and goes over to Mel Hamilton on lunch break. And did you think about doing that? I thought about it too. Yeah. I thought about taking off at noon and just go over and hang out.
Yeah, I know, for real. I was thinking about that, and we were actually talking about it with this little area, just about it coming through. And I saw some pictures out and about too, just local. You could tell, what street that was. Like, oh, I know where that's at. Yeah. I know that street corner, and over there by there. So, what a great opportunity there to roll that through, and for Mel Hamilton to be a checkpoint. Is that what that is, Gary? You got to go in and take a picture.
You have to go.
Some sort of.
Yep. You got to take a picture with your car, and like if Mel Hamilton's a checkpoint, it needs to be in the background with your car. Okay. You can't just get a random picture from somebody. Your car has to be right in that photo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
What a cool deal for Mel Hamilton.
Oh, absolutely.
Austin Martin says bacon, waffles, and a little Titans chip draw.
Oh,
We're gonna get that in just a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, we're calling the chip draw earlier, wasn't we, Gary? What did I say? Remember that group text?
What did it say? I don't remember what.
Remember what I said either. That's why I might have to look that up.
It out because I'll be wrong.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, Matt says that was Bryant's best pass, that 660 218.
Man, that is getting it.
There's Tim Webb. Hello, guys. Tim Webb, when are we going to see you racing Titans? Let's go.
Let's go, Tim.
Tim Alt then in Amarillo, Texas says you guys should do drag week.
Well, Gary did, didn't you? Isn't that what you did? Drag week?
11 years ago.
2014. Yeah.
11 years ago.
Yeah, man.
I'll do one of those again someday.
Yeah.
I promise I will.
Well, and this week coming up is the Power Tour, isn't it?
That I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That deal's been going on since the early 90s.
Yeah, right. It has.
Yeah. Some Mel Hamilton. Here's a few pictures of Mel Hamilton. Like you get a variety of stuff. The old car, the newer Mustang, the Fox Body Mustang, like a Fairmont, a truck. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
What's Tim? Tim says, I'm putting it together now, hopefully soon. Well, soon is like next weekend, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, 4 nights. Let's go.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's go. Step it up, Tim. Here's the little parts room of the race shop at Mel Hamilton. There's fittings on the wall. There's ARP stuff. If you need a camshaft, I see 3 boxes of camshafts on the shelf. There's probably LS cams, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. BTR. Yeah. No, that's what Phil and Nick were just talking about, how this was just constant all day. People rolling through, getting stuff. And, but yeah, very good.
Good for them. What a great idea that was.
Yeah.
They, I did see like they put out on their announcement, like 8 a.m. to 10 was donuts and coffee.
Yeah.
10 a.m. to noon was looks like this plate, this table here of cold sandwiches and chips and stuff. Yeah. And then noon to 2 was hamburgers and hot dogs. Right. How cool is that? That Mel Hamilton would do that.
Yeah,
just I thought about going over there just to get lunch, some hamburgers and hot dogs. Yeah. We should have hooked up and met over there at lunch.
We should have. And then we could have done it a burnout when we left.
Yes.
Yeah.
In your truck.
Lisa,
not my tires.
Got her Cobra in the showroom that day.
Oh, is that okay? Is that hers? Okay,
it is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jason Tapenick says, "What kind of car count so far for the Titan event?"
Yeah,
that's hard. That's hard to say because we got some
a roll call we can go through.
We got some roll call. There's going to be a bunch that aren't in that roll call also.
Yeah,
but
I know the Betty White's going to be on the property.
The Betty White making its return.
Yes, with Holly Tech.
Our buddy Eric Kuhn and his awesome 55 Chevy.
Man, awesome.
He was on Rocky Mountain Race Week. A couple comments here. Melissa Morrow, rain burnouts are awesome. Was
you got the water box for days, you know?
Yes. Wendy says Rodney Dow said 507. Larry Hunt said a 509.
That's it. I'm calling about the chip draw for Little Titans there.
Roll call. Speaking of roll call, here's Todd Bennett. What's up, fellas? Todd Bennett, are you going to be at Mokan? You didn't respond to the Titans roll call.
Yep. Todd Bennett.
Are you going to be there?
Well, he laid it down at Ozark, didn't he?
Boy, he did. If I had to pick my pick for the first 3 in the Titans series, it'd be Todd.
Okay. You calling your shot?
If he shows up at a Titans event, I'm picking him for the first 3 second pass.
Okay. Well, let me write this down. Let's see.
If he would have came
in the PM.
Yeah. Hey, if he would have come to Arc City in May, he would have laid it down. I fully believe that 100%. He would have made it happen at Arc City. That track was that good, and Todd's car is completely capable of that.
You bet. Nice.
Yeah, just and this is another picture from the parking lot. You know, there's a Camaro and their trailer. Like it's really cool stuff. Yeah, the Chevy 2 getting worked on in the parking lot with the canopy.
Is this the water pump?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think you started a fight over here on these comments. Tony's getting ready to get Goose after you, and then Austin's calling Tony.
What the hell, Gary?
Yeah, he's Tony. All that food he fed us, bacon, eggs, all that meat Saturday night. Golly.
Okay, in my defense, we saw Tony do it at Ozark. And
you mean Todd.
Or Todd. Yeah, we saw Todd. Everybody else is closing in. Right?
Well, I'm right. You go. Zach West is saying Justin.
So does Austin. Austin says I'll pick Justin Heckman.
Yep. All right. Here we go.
Zach says Justin Heckman is my guess for the first 3-9 pass.
Got him fired up, Gary.
Tony says no food for you, bro. Man, come on.
Yeah. And remember, Tony, I'm over here. Oh no, it's going to be TNS. I want all the food. Goose is my friend.
Yeah. This is live, and we can't rewind.
Who kidnapped Gary.
There's no rewinding, is
That's
there?
why the Wi-Fi was glitching.
I can't kill the line of food here. Come on.
I know.
Tony Phillips, it is. Adam, it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Todd, who? Tony says, I never heard you say that, Rod.
I mean, that's it. I'll go get my TNS shirt on right now.
Well, since we got the boys fired up,
there we go.
Let's let's get right into this with these guys.
All right,
man, you ready for Al and Larry?
Let's bring in the legends here.
Oh, I gotta get rid of that
train.
I gotta get rid of that.
What's going on, fellas?
Here we go. Hey, Al and Larry.
Are we there?
Up, Al? Got you loud and clear.
Well, I'll just start in by saying this $3.99 thing.
Look at Todd. Look what Todd says.
What's
a grudge race.
Todd says, sounds like we need a grudge race.
Grudge race. Here we go. Gary's stirring it up.
Man.
He's already making the pancakes. You know what I mean? The batter.
This
man.
99 thing, Bennett has done it.
Yeah.
At Ozark. Brandon Sandlin can do it any day he wants.
Yeah.
He's got the car and it would be legal and it's capable.
Right.
And there's other ones out there.
Sure.
Just haven't seen or heard yet. And I'm not saying more about it than that.
Yeah.
And there's several that have already run with us that are knocking at the door. And
Heckman went threes.
I wasn't saying that.
Oh, okay. I'm just keeping it with you. Go ahead.
I'm just not telling what I'm not supposed to tell.
Okay.
And then you take the whole rest of the bunch. Tony, Devin,
yeah.
Go on down the line. Russell, any of them. They all can do it. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. The guys at Mokan could make it happen if they want to put in the time and they want to put down PJ and they want to run that tire drag. They have the capability too.
There you go.
Yes. There you go.
That's kind of a throwdown there.
It is.
They want to do the work and put in the time. You could have a $3.99 at Mokan.
There you go.
Do
it. Hey, Gary. Okay, so Todd Bennett said, sounds like we need a grudge race. What did Tony Phillips just say?
Tony said, this is to Todd. Let's do it, Todd. Those 160 lights won't work against Adam either.
Oh,
damn.
So anyway, that's there. Larry disagree with me or prove me wrong.
What, but with Mokan?
Yeah.
Oh, it could happen there. Those guys have got really serious on the track prep over there the last couple of years, and it's very possible.
They want to put in the work. It's there.
Nice. Yep, absolutely.
I'm excited for it. Man, it's getting hot in here. I'm going to turn my air down a little bit more. I'm getting hot.
I bumped mine down 2 numbers.
Yeah,
I can just tell you, Al and I are very hungry to see a 390 pass. I mean, we're just throwing it out there. I mean, it's got to happen. We want it to happen, and we know everybody works hard to get their cars as good as they are. Yeah, and we want to see it just as bad as you guys want to see it.
Well,
and it's going to happen this year.
Agree, Larry, and piggybacking on that. I know the Ozark race was not a Titans race, but the energy that was in the air when Bennett did go 399.
Oh yeah,
it was just like, oh my, did you see? I mean, it was like the talk of the town there for the next 2 hours.
It was wild.
And that track prep at Ozark 3 weeks ago was absolutely phenomenal.
Yep.
Mark and Zach and Brad, guys, they threw it down, and and it was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, agree.
Hey, Austin Martin says, hey, Al, what about a 4-car shootout Friday like you did at Tulsa last year?
Oh, what is that about?
With Outlaws or what, buddy?
I'm assuming he's talking about Outlaws. Yeah. Is he talking, and we'll have to come back and see what he says there. What's Zach?
Right.
Is that kind of like a Friday night fight that the Foremans were doing at Ozark,
I wonder.
That was really cool.
That was awesome.
$3.99 at Mokan.
Yeah. Yeah, that Friday night deal worked out great.
Yeah, Austin says, yes, sir. Yes.
I'm all game if the Outlaw guys are game. Here's what else.
100%.
Here's what else I'll tell you. Let's play. Let's draw a chip and have the Little Titans guys go at it.
Oh, hey, that'll work. I'm game.
Just awesome. Instead of time trials, let's just pick a number.
Oh shit! Let's do it. But I was thinking too with the Outlaw guys, there might be more than 4 cars. You know what I mean? Who are you going to set out? There might be more than 4 that can get in on this. I hate to leave anybody out.
Well, you run your 2 passes and the.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there you go. That's how you're getting there. I got you now, Al.
Yeah.
Hey, Todd. Todd says, Tony Phillips, I suck at the lights, but lights won't matter if we turn it up and lay down a 3-7.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bring
it. Let's go.
That's a fun.
There you go.
Is that like Babe Ruth calling the?
It sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds
dang.
Yeah.
Point outfield on the 3rd layer of the.
Woo!
Well, I'm pretty sure. It sounds like Todd's going to be there. You know what I mean? Sounds like he's.
Well, here's the deal, though, and here's the deal. Adam Phillips is a bracket racer.
Sure.
So if he does his normal 003 reaction time against Todd's 160, he's still going to be making Todd sweat at the finish line.
Oh yeah, he's going to have a big mile an hour to cruise around that.
Yeah, they'll be side.
Hey, but Jason Tapnick says, I picked a good night to tune in. You sure did, Jason.
Man, that's it. We're hungry. Let's go. It's race week.
Every night's a good night to tune in, Jason.
Yes, sir. But isn't that what Al and Larry say? It's race week?
Yeah.
It's race week, baby.
It's on.
Take your panties off. Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, Al. Earlier, we had a comment about a schedule for the weekend. Do you got anything to kind of add to that, times and for Friday or Saturday?
We haven't officially locked it down, and Carl was supposed to be really busy this weekend with a little race on the prairie, which they postponed it just because of the impending weather. And so I really haven't talked to him, but we will do that tomorrow. But normal deal is, 6 o'clock on Friday and 2-ish on Saturday, but we'll just have to look at the weather and see if it's going to be super hot or super stupid.
Okay.
Me and Rodney will be there at like 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday.
Yeah,
is that okay?
And I haven't looked at it real close with Carl to see kind of what we're going to have to work around, but we will do it early in the week and get it out there.
Okay.
Can we get in it? Can we get in at 9 a.m.?
Oh, I would say so. Does Mokan?
I don't know if they can have it.
I think it's like Ozark. Everybody knows the code if they do lock it.
Oh, we know enough people.
On the way home from Ozark, Gary and I drove by Mokan and got out some spray paint and just lined up a little pit stall, put our name on it. So we'll be back,
This is a hot rod.
That's it.
Well, you laugh about tagging things. Years and years ago, Larry will laugh about this because he remembers it. We had an old box truck that they brought down to Mokan for CDRA bracket finals. And of course they blow the piece of shit up on the way home. And it was Mitch Chance's box truck, and it had all cartoony graphics on the side of it with I think it was a funny car, wasn't it, Larry, or something?
The Pro Mod.
It was a Pro Mod, yeah, on the side of it. and it stalled up there, right up there at the convenience store that's about 3 miles from the track. And I saw it there, followed the oil trail into the parking lot. This hunk of shit. And, and it was our truck. I was the track manager.
Right.
And went over there and wrote Mokan rules on it. and put Facebook,
That's funny.
And that started an absolute storm of a controversy. Yeah. Me and Al sitting back laughing. We're the ones that tagged it Mokan rules,
Oh,
that's
awesome.
great.
That's awesome.
Hey, Ray Parsons says we are in with a limited 4-car shootout.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
A little Friday night fights type scenario looks like, if that's what you're thinking.
And we could do that too. Run the 2 time runs just a little bit earlier, so we could end up tonight with some 4-car shootouts. I'm game.
Yeah, I'm game.
We'll see what it looks like, and we'll see if we can put it together.
All right.
Sounds good. Goose says $100 buy-in and everybody plays.
Oh, there you go.
Woo!
That could get to be a long Friday night though, with everybody playing.
Right, man.
Yep,
that's some fun energy.
It's Mega Week 2.0 here. 2 races in one.
But
you can tell people haven't raced much this year.
Yeah, really. It's been 3 weeks since.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll see what comes up and try to keep everybody in the loop on that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I love it.
I do too.
Race them.
Good stuff.
You got a shout out there for Dallas, from Dallas, George there to Larry. You see that, Gary?
Yeah, Dallas. There's a Dallas George here, Larry. Dallas says, Good to see you, Larry.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Coming in from the YouTube side.
Nice.
Yeah, Dallas. Me and Dallas has been buddies for a long, long time.
Good.
He's a good racer and he's a good friend.
Very good.
He's glad to see you.
Heck yeah. Speaking of seeing people, who all going to see the track, Gary? You got some pictures there?
You want to run through that or hit the points real quick?
Whatever you want to do. Lead it out.
Larry, Al, what do you guys want to do?
I wrote it down in front of me so we can talk about that. And I didn't have it in front of me because I put it up on the Facebook and didn't really make a copy of it.
We got it.
While in the first half hour, while you guys were just yapping there about a whole bunch of ado about nothing, and
it was something.
Yeah, that was a little bit underhanded dig there, wasn't it?
It was.
Slap down the host, why don't you, buddy?
Yeah.
These guys are pretty good to us, and then I got to pick on them. Kicking the nuts or what,
Yep.
Wes's response to Ray, Wes says, Ray Parsons, I'm your Huckleberry.
There you go.
Oh, man, he's ready for a 4-car shootout.
Oh, boy.
But we got some close points, Outlaw 10.5 with Devin being the only previous player, but Patrick Lewis with 5, and then Devin Brown and Mike Gongola with 4. That's close. And then jump over to you guys, Rodney Dowell.
Yep.
Parsons, Rodney Dowell, and Choate all with 5. And James Foreman one behind with 4. Tell me OL 8.5 versus L275 ain't a success.
Oh man, this is looking good. I'm excited to see this.
Rodney, what are you going to do to straighten out this 4-way tie?
Oh man, I just gotta keep going rounds. You know what I mean? Show up or show out. You know what I mean?
He's going to have to not eat bacon on Friday nights. What he's going to have to do.
Exactly right. I will on my sleep. Practice.
I will
practice tree out.
I'll eat your portion of bacon Friday night and your waffle.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll take care of you.
Excited about this. When I saw this come out, we got a little text group with our group, and this took the whole conversation that night. This was just awesome, and yeah, the 8.5 versus 275. I mean, how's it get any tighter? And we going into third event. So now this is, maybe where you got to do some separation. You know what I mean? Surprising, and we all know what's going on, but you don't see the champ on here right now. With
Rich.
With Rich.
Rich.
He's been having engine trouble, and so that car is not even in the running at this point. And there's a couple other ones floating around out there, and that ought to be back.
Yeah.
And then to take and there's a record there to grab a point just right there, and much right there. So
I feel that'll happen as well. I think the record coming into the year will not be the record going out of the year.
No.
Yeah.
Who is car 2011? Do you have a name for that car?
No, they didn't put their name on the tech card.
I must not have.
Oh,
wasn't
put Gary Putnam. Put Gary Putnam on that tech card. Hey, I see Wes is on here. I got. Keep going. I got something for Wes. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if that stays the way that's going, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I was talking to Wes Choate, I think it was Wednesday, and we had a nice conversation about the way the points laid out after they were posted. And I mean, even Wes was talking about, how the formula for this class is a success, halfway through the season, and you're got a 4-way tie going on, and James right behind it with just one point behind. So, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better layout of the class and the way we thought. And like I told you earlier, Rodney, when we first talked about combining the classes, I kind of had my reservations. I was like, I don't know, but we rolled with it. Yeah. And what a success it's been.
It has been some success. I think Gary's trying to cut you off there, Larry. Gary, you got something?
Speed SBF, what?
Team Show Me Speed, small block Ford Hunters.
All right. There you go.
Wes says the LS guys got to get after them small block Ford guys.
How them small Ford guys are dropping out, man. Rich, Spaniak's dropped out.
They just got to work harder.
I get that you have to turn that small block Ford hard, but RPM kills, guys.
Hey, I think Wes got everybody beat on the RPMs.
Man, that's hard on all of them.
Yeah.
And I get that's what it takes to make them run, but
oh yeah.
What was that comment Wes Choate just had on there?
Wes, I think he's talking about he's talking about Ray. He's going on the trailer early if he draws an LS. That's what made me think about I already had this made up, ready to go. Teams Show Me Speed, small block Ford Hunters.
Yeah.
That's great. You didn't put that over top of your Waffle House shirt, though, did you?
No, I got my Titans shirt on.
Okay. But anyway, a little close, did I write that down right? On Little Titans, Austin Martin was 7.
Yep.
Okay. Earl Free, Thomas Hendrickson, 2 behind, and Ketch and Ketch and Michael Yielding right in there. If those guys come back up from Arkansas,
yep.
That's going to be tight.
Dave will be there. We know.
Yeah, Dr. Dave. Yep.
And so that's pretty tight. Pro Tree No Box. Somebody's going to have to kick Sam Petrie's ass. That's all.
Oh, he's just running away with it.
Somebody's going to have to take him.
Dang, look at that. Woo!
But the rest of those guys are all together. They better get grouped up. They're Seipert and Drager and DeGraff and Reed and Stafford and Blake Mills all tied with 6. They better go to work on that. Act like a bunch of bracket racers and figure it out.
Where does he have to be to have it locked down and where they can't catch him?
I don't know. It wouldn't be that, but it just depends how many cars and how many rounds,
Sure. That makes sense.
But that's a pretty good stretch. He's
we got Matt, nicknamed Matt the Terrorist, and he's kind of holding true to his name this year. He's been terrorizing the no box class.
Man, you ain't lying.
Well, Tom Homan will be looking for him if he's a terrorist. Come on.
Well, but these other 5 guys, they need to gang up.
Yeah.
I'm not telling them how to bracket race, but I'm just saying they need to gang up.
Okay. Yeah, he's running away with the points, double ahead there.
Yeah.
Wes Choate says Spaniak will be back soon.
Oh, good. Heck yeah, I'd like to see the Maverick back out. I think he runs hard. Get some more SBFs in the play.
Is he going to be ready for Mokan? That may be a stretch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, if you don't, and then he's got a little bit of a stretch there to take a break and go to work on it and get it put back together.
Sure.
Well, he made a post the other day looking for a high 4-second car that he can enter to keep points rolling.
Borrow a car just to keep points going.
Yeah.
Yep. Had the Maverick back by the August race.
Yeah.
Thunder Valley.
But 580 is pretty tight.
Yeah.
Dale Gebhardt 9 and Lewis Martin Jr. 7 and Mike Moore 7 and Gary Watts right behind them. That can go any which way yet. And
there you go.
650 Alan Watts is tough, and he's showing it. But you don't count out Nathan Cunningham. That guy's a bracket racing fool too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Centerville killer.
Centerville killer. Nice.
The bikes are fairly tight. The old Amish woman is leading with 9, and then the Sayer boys right behind him.
Oh.
And yes, I did say that, the old Amish woman.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard it.
Ask Jeff Downey about that, why I call him that.
You'll laugh for an hour.
Oh, yeah. And the little girls and juniors got a race going on. So
yeah. Heck yeah, right there.
Like always in true Titans tradition, points are tight.
Yep.
Going
down to the last event. What's the saying?
Tony says, Zach said he can handle old Matt in Pro Tree. He will have the Chevelle there.
Oh,
yeah,
there we go. Right on.
There's the boy that can handle it. He gets on.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, Zach Newberry's a bracket killer, boy.
He's a bracket.
He does a good job.
Yeah.
He just run in there and
upset the apple cart.
Yeah. I didn't see that little going back to Little Titans, going through a little roll call, just kind of looking for that little white S10 truck that was at Ozark. Martin's nephew, or right?
Yep.
Yeah, that thing runs good.
Cody Ashley.
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah. That'll be that's another nice little player there. It'll be interesting during Friday night what kind of chip comes out, and I was talking to Ketch and Thomas in Wichita at that little True Street event, and they want a low 5. They kept telling me, grab a low one, Rod, grab a low one. It's got to be a 5.0 something. And so
I think we've talked about it, and they did it up here at Ozark, but I think we'll just put the blank chip in and let it be the puller's choice.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'll work. I'm going if it's a blank, I'm going low.
Hey, Justin Martin says we will be there with Cody's truck.
Oh,
the white
there you
S10.
go.
There we go.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's a runner, man.
That's a very, very impressive truck.
Yeah.
Nice guy, too.
Wes says, what is Titans limited class? ET and mile per hour record. Discuss this. Larry, I told you an hour in, I'm going to have to go potty, and I got to go.
The record is 447 with a 2 at 168.18.
Nice. There you go.
So Choate is right there.
Yep. That'll be fun.
He's been 50. I know that for sure. If not faster, I can't remember. But I know
Yeah. When we raced, he went a little faster. He won a 43.
He went what?
He won a 43 at Ozark.
Oh, at Ozark, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that car, Wes, I mean, he's capable of it. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. I said I didn't have him at a 43. It's Titans, but.
Yeah. Well, and I think Spaniak has the Titans record, right?
Yeah, 47.
For limited with the 47.
447, and Rich Frost is 168.
Yeah. So it's a good mile an hour.
I've learned not to pull all that stuff out and have it sitting here, so I know what I'm talking about.
That's all good. Let's keep it going. Wes Schote told Ray, either is fine, Ray. Always fun racing with you. And then Tony Phillips asked what the 10.5 records are.
Let's see. The current 10.5 record for Titans is Heckman with a 411 at 193.
Okay. 411, 193. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, all that's right there to be taken, those records.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
That can just be gone in a heartbeat with several cars.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, Wes talking about they went a 5-0 at Titans at a 4-3 at 168 at Ozark.
Okay. I couldn't remember what they went at Ozark. I was sort of tied up in my own little world there.
Yeah, you guys were racing that day and taking care of your own business. And you guys might come out Friday night, right? Night train. I thought I saw something. You might do some testing.
It's very possible. If I order a new converter from Marty at Neil Chance Converter, and if I get it back and get it back in the car, very good possibility I might bring my car out Friday night and make a couple of hits. So
when are you expecting it back?
Probably Wednesday.
Okay, a little shipping.
Yep.
Yeah. No, very good. Very good. And then Al, you're kind of doing your thing, right?
Well, we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow and this week brings, and it's possible though. I might make a lap or two. We'll just have to check it, see how it goes.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I'm just glad you guys were able to come on. Let me see here. I said Tony Phillips is talking about the mile an hour, that 193. Not sure I have anything for that mile an hour. That's some good mile an hour there.
That mile an hour is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's whew, I saw that too. When you said 193, I was like, that is some steam there. But
they just need to learn to get it there. It will.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, whether got a handful of laps on that car, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Once or
twice.
And
I'm excited to see Betty White out, and saw they went testing, saw James Foreman went testing. Yeah, it was a good to see that car back out. So it's going to be a great time. We'll have to do our little rain dance, make sure that rain stays away. Could be forecasting. So
can't bet on anything,
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's talk about Friday night after the little test or shootout. We got some extracurricular activities we want to discuss. Everybody ready?
I'm all about it. Waffles and pancakes and bacon.
Woo! Woo!
Bacon.
Yeah. In the pre-show, Gary was showing off. Oh, he's going back for it. He's got a freezer over there full of bacon. He's one step away from Goose just having a swinging hog. You know what I mean? I mean, look at him. He's getting it already there. I think he's got stock in it. Show it off, Gary.
Yeah. I got my bacon ready.
Yeah, he's ready to go. That bacon in his hand won't even be there by Friday. That'll already be. You have to go get some Thursday night.
Go back to the store.
Yeah.
Alan and I is bringing 5 pounds, so I've already got it bought. It's in the freezer, so we'll have an extra 5 pounds coming from Al and I. So I think at last count last night in our little group chat, Rodney, I think we were up to 20 pounds of bacon.
Okay,
nice.
That'll work. And I think Mark
a little bit sad, that whole thing started out as a joke for Wendy Martin, but
yeah,
she's dug herself in a hole now.
No, and
it's turned into a thing.
And Gary's bringing an extra little waffle flipper. They're running out, and Jake Mason's bringing the 3-ton generator to make sure we don't have any issues there. Yeah, another show and tell there.
I'm gonna donate this to the Martin's waffle cooking crew.
So, but yeah, it was a great time, and I doesn't get too burnt out on this deal, that she's still having fun doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. See, Debbie Foreman's asking if she needs to bring anything.
Waffle maker.
Yeah, little waffle maker or some. I don't know. You might want to get with Wendy on the side there. Any batter or anything else there, and then Goose said he bought the hall. He bought the hall.
Oh, there's a story behind that.
He bought the hall, Gary. He's looking at your little chump bacon. He goes, "Hey, nothing. Why are you bringing that? Don't even show that to me."
Oh, man.
That just goes to show you right there. Goose will never be outdone.
Nah.
Here we are showing 1 pound packs of bacon, and Goose shows up with a whole side of hog. You know.
Well, he has a plan for that hog.
Oh man.
He wants to hang out in the back of Rod's trailer and slice it and cook it right there.
Woo! Hall is coming. Looks like the big griddle is coming, as Wendy said.
Big griddle.
Big griddle is coming. So
I would imagine. I would imagine by this weekend, the Martins will still be tired from racing Mega Week all week.
I know. They're going to have to take a week off just to sleep. You know, that's what I was talking to Gavin about. But,
well, it's one thing about race week. You don't have to get your trailer dirty.
There's good point. Good point. Yeah, no kidding. That's a good point.
You have to rebuild the car.
Well, that's awesome. But yeah, we'll just kind of, make our way over to Wendy's area. The Martins area after the little testing, after the little shootout, whatever comes out there. And, what she need, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get rolling. And then we'll have a little donation jar. Talked about that too. Everybody bring your little donation. And I thought that went towards the juniors. Al, Larry, you got anything to add to that? The donation jar?
Wendy had a tip jar there, and I think it was right at $200 that went to the junior pot.
Yep.
I think it was more than that.
Yeah, I think it was $400.
Maybe it was 50 even, or was it 400? I don't remember for sure.
Yeah, it was like 400. Yeah,
450 or 400, something like that.
I think Tito put in a smooth hundo by himself.
Yeah,
he did.
He's a big tipper,
So you while I was gone, did you talk about the chip draw and the magic chip in the bucket?
Yep.
A little bit, but let's talk about it again, Gary.
Isn't it funny how that accidentally has really turned into something real now? It's a thing.
It has, and it's kind of made it entertaining, more entertaining.
Yes.
I would have thought it would have been.
Yeah.
And I just think it's an extra twist. I know people looked at us a little bit funny, before we started the season, and we were talking about this whole thing. 5 flat to 530.
Yeah.
Chips in the bucket, and everybody kind of goes, huh? Every number from 0 to 30. So there's 31 chips in the bucket. Mistake by having a blank one, just out of, I don't know, stupidity, I guess.
Yeah.
And kind of turned into a deal.
Yeah.
I think.
And so 32 now with the blank, right?
2 chips in the bucket.
Yeah.
Be anything.
Chip puller's choice.
Oh man, it's going to be low.
And that's funny because that accidentally got in there, and Rodney pulled that at Arc City, and it was like, what is this doing in here?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't know
great idea.
A prank on me, you know what I mean, or on us, and
we're all dumbfounded for a second, like, what in the world is this?
Yeah. It took a minute to kind of recover from that one, but the rest of the story up here in Ozark, Tito has adopted our idea to a degree for Ozark shootouts, but I think he went, Larry, 490 to 530?
Yes.
He dropped the number just a little bit, and did you not draw the 490 chip out of that draw?
Oh,
yeah. Tito come to my pit at the shootout, and he enticed me with a piece of bacon. He was like, "Come here, boy." So we go down to Martin's pit. Yeah, so we go down to Martin's pit, and we reach in there, and I drew the 490 right out of the bucket. So. It was fast from the. Of course, I think I made some enemies on that deal, but it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
If you draw the that colored chip, do you already have a number in your head?
I do.
Okay. Very good. You can't say what it is, obviously.
Okay.
But,
No. But
that's funny. That's great. What a cool twist on the whole deal.
Twist. You never know. Al might just put all blanks in there.
Right. There's another idea.
It's tight. It's all about having fun. So you never know what can happen.
Oh man. No doubt.
Austin says it's crazy what bacon will do to a guy, Larry.
That's a fact.
Wendy says that pot ended up with $450. Nice.
Well, let's just challenge the team to beat that. You know what I mean?
Do it again.
We got to put more in there. Bring your money, and you ain't gonna go away hungry. That's for sure.
Well, and I'm sure that if the Spaniac gang is there, and Jake and that crew, there'll be some card playing, and there'll be some whatever dice rolling.
Dice throwing and card playing and
dice play.
A good time.
Sharks that they are.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. Looking forward to it.
But I will have to say, Jake, there's going to be no more giving away Bud Light because they're closing that up. So that deal's gone out the window. I'm hearing that Bud Light's over with.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So no more beer sell over there.
I want to know when they're going to have a Jake, and then we're going to have another, tables full of the boil.
The
corn, the shrimp, yes.
What do they call that?
The Cajun,
the crawfish bowl.
Yeah.
Crawfish
bowl. There you go. Yeah. Get out the paper on the plates and let her eat.
We need to give Wendy a break and see when Jake's coming up with that.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. We need to do that before the end of the year.
Maybe the finale at Ozark.
Well, that or Titans at Tulsa or
either one.
New track, new race at Thunder Valley coming up. So you never know what can happen. It's Titans,
There's baby face.
Brian Snyder says hot summer nights usually crab boil.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wes says that was Mason and Heckman that did the boil.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Well, let's not be giving that to Mokan.
Yeah. There you go. So any other news you got there for Mokan? You said midweek we'll talk about the little schedule. I think Gary's got some shout outs of people that are coming this way.
Yep.
We can go through. We went through the points, went through the big Friday night.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Brian says keg stands too.
I think there's documentation on that keg stand.
We saw some of those pictures.
We haven't seen that yet this year.
No, not this year.
Kind of AWOL so far with some broken cars and such, but I'm hearing stuff is together. I haven't talked to anybody personally, but I'm hearing that they're getting ready to hit it. So that's good.
Nice.
Hey, we was talking about the $3.99 deal here with the Outlaw guys a little while ago. Do you think this is the last race that window will be open until later in the year when it cools off?
I don't actually.
Okay. Right on.
I don't actually. We're really not talking much about TVRP yet at this point.
Right.
We got the little summer break here, but we got the track prep kind of lined out for that race.
Okay.
Interesting.
It's going to be good, and I don't think it matters that even if it is hot, I don't think it's going to matter.
Sure.
All right.
And
good stuff.
Prep's going to be good there, and of course Jimmy Bowles will be doing Tulsa.
Yep.
Hot or cool in September at Tulsa, it could happen there. It and Ozark in October it can go down again if those boys can gather it up like they did for the shootout 3 weeks ago. It can happen any one of these places.
Man, that's awesome.
It ain't a how do I want to say it? It ain't a hard Ozark thing anymore. It's gone beyond that.
Okay.
Yep. So if it gets through Mokan, Noble, and Tulsa, it's definitely going to happen at Ozark at the end of the year.
Well, if they can have a track like we had 3 weeks ago, holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and Tulsa will be good. Like you said, Jimmy Bowles,
he'll have
he can lay it. Oh yeah.
It's gonna be exciting.
But they will at Thunder Valley too. It'll be on point.
Nice.
Yep.
So
yeah, looking forward to Thunder Valley.
Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about track prep anywhere the rest of the year. And so
I'm worried about August 8th and 9th at Thunder Valley in the heat. It's going to be awful. It's going to be it's going to be yucky.
The 100 degrees. Are we talking about the heat?
It's going to be so bad down there. Ooh, it's going to be awful. The weather.
It can always be in the dark.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, it'll feel good with the sun down at 95 degrees.
Yeah, everybody living large, you know.
Yeah, bring your big hat, right? Cover your.
Yeah.
Yes,
keep the sun off.
Bring your skin cancer prevention. You want to run through the cars that replied to your post? Humid, yeah. Wendy says humid. Ugh.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start throwing them out. I can't see them in front of me when I'm with you guys.
All right.
But yeah, there were several.
Yeah.
Yep. Justin Heckman.
Yeah.
He's coming.
He's
a hitter.
Yes.
The been hiding in the weeds Heckman right there, you know. Right off.
Yeah, he snuck down to Streetcar Takeover and got a win, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah. And Andrick
Craig Andrick.
$3.99.
Yeah.
We had him on the show last week and he was awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about him all the time, you know. Andrick can go.
There's another one.
There's the brilliant red Camaro that didn't respond to this, but was off the chart on the dyno the other day. And
love to hear that.
Larry can probably give a better number, but 3,200 horsepower.
Woo!
Yeah.
On the 32 something on the dyno.
Is that Surface? Junior Surface?
Junior's car. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know.
Yeah.
He's a new number one. He's number one on the list at horsepower proving grounds right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a hell of a list, I'll just say.
I'm telling you.
And that's hub. Well, that's 3,200 plus on the hub dyno.
Yeah. Golly.
Yep. Wes says Junior Surface. Woo, man.
Another player.
Man. Betty White making a comeback. Return. Finally.
Return. Got enough soldiers for that thing, I hope.
There you go.
Yes. Yep. I'm glad to see Russell again.
Oh, yeah.
And James chimed in. Limited 275.
Yes. The wagon.
And the wagon's been running good enough. Like I say, he's just 1 point out of that 4-way tie with you guys.
Oh, my goodness. This wagon runs awesome.
Don't mess up in the other lane with him. You know?
Right.
Shoot.
And it's been running 60s, right? 60s.
He went
460s and 70s. Yep.
Yep.
Nice.
A killer on the tree. James can drive.
Yep.
That car's got Chopper's old motor in it.
He's an old
That's
guy.
right.
He knows how to.
Josh Maddox says that was one of Chopper's best engines he's ever had. That's in that car.
There you go.
This guy, Rodney Dow.
Hey, look out now.
Limited 275.
Class filler.
Rodney. I predict you're going to win one of these this year.
Okay. I predict that too.
I'm just telling you, you're going to win one at least.
Yeah.
You just got to get all the stuff.
Got to line up. We're close.
That's right. Yep. That's right.
Do we need to get out some tarot cards, or what do we need to do, buddy?
What's that now?
Do we need to get out some tarot cards, or juice, or what do we got to have?
I don't know. Yeah.
Zach West says Betty White is the best sounding outlaw 10.5, period.
Oh man, it brings all the bass, doesn't it?
Beast. 959 cubic inches pounding the ground. That's right.
Yeah, it brings all the bass.
Woo!
Yeah.
Man. And this guy, Wes Choate on the little tires in 8.5.
Nice.
Man, he shows you guys how to do it with a little bitty tire.
Well, he sure did.
Yeah.
Oh, Russell says you need to not draw James Foreman. That would help him.
Ain't that the truth? That wagon. Ain't that the truth?
So there's Wes Choate and that little hot rod. Okay, Joey Myers. This is a new car.
It's been around a while, but it's
okay.
That's out of the Show Me Speed camp right there.
Yep.
Yes.
Got a Choate tune-up in it, so hang on.
It'll run.
That's a fast car.
Yeah.
Yep. And they had a Facebook post this week says plan to shake it down in limited 275 at Mokan, and there's a peek under the hood at this beast.
Nice.
Pro Charger and looks like an LS combo. And if Wes is tapping on the keyboard, it's gonna be badass.
It's gonna fly.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna fly.
Well, we've got a little walk around video too. Watch this.
Nice. Sound great.
Yeah.
Man. Little LS and a Pro Charger and some zoomies and Wes on the keyboard. Shoo, that's going to come out the gate flying.
Yeah. Looks like you got some numbers there from Wes.
Okay. F3 121 on a 427 LS. Dang.
There you go. Nice.
Woo-wee.
That ought to make 300 horsepower.
Yes.
Man, that's that. Just turn the blower.
Yeah, no kidding. Brian Schneider chimed in and he said it's complicated. He's got a bare block there.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got time to get it together.
Oh, yeah. Just start putting
yeah. Sunday night, he's got 3 or 4 nights.
Borrow some pistons from Russell. He's got plenty.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gonna need to get the grinder out and make them boards a little bigger. Brian says, I'm just here for the comedic relief. You'll make it, Brian. Keep after it.
Yep.
You should probably be working instead of listening to our nonsense.
Well, that's new rotating bottom end, isn't it? Crank rods and pistons. Didn't he do something different?
Yeah, he said the crank was hurt. He had to get a crank and I don't know what else. Little Titans, Thomas Hendrickson chimed in.
That car was on a roll over at Mid-America.
That's a nice car right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it is.
You know, I was blown away by those guys in the final on that 514.
Yeah.
Thomas was dead on 14 on a 14.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I can't had to run anymore. I'm bad with names. But
Mike Moore.
Oh, was it Mike Moore? Or Mike Moore? And he was 15 on a 14 right beside him. So, you know, holy shit. That was a race all the way to the final there.
Great race.
And Rodney, doesn't Thomas want you to pick a pretty deep number if you draw the blank chip?
Oh yeah, him and Ketch both said
John Ketch.
Yeah, and they said if you draw that blank, you know it better be low.
But that's the fast car. I was impressed.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Like driving it to the drive-in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he threw it on that 30-mile cruise last weekend at Kidd.
Yes, right.
Street deal.
Yep. Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Russell Foreman said he's putting mine back in the car right now.
Okay.
There we go.
Man, there you go. Getting it ready.
And Brian Schneider says it's already a short block. Well, you're pretty much done. You're pretty much done.
The heads on and put it in.
Get the head up and let's go.
That's right.
We're good to go.
He'll be there.
Yeah. Austin Martin says, I like seeing them fast cars slow down.
Dude, awesome, man. He's a racer. He can and his car runs good too. It's a teen car. I've seen it run. But
Austin's got a fast car.
Yeah.
Yep. Our local car show, or our local show car, Dr. Dave with Little Titans in this really clean Chevelle. He's a local guy here. He'll be there.
Show car too, man.
Yeah, it
And
is.
he's probably caravanning with us to Mokan and going to park with us. Yep. Him and his dad are awesome.
That's almost too nice to race.
Oh, it's super, super nice car, man. Woo.
Yeah. First season with it, they're getting it figured out. We're having a good time.
Yep. They put slicks on it and raced it out here last weekend, a little True Street event. It was cool.
Yep.
Little Titans, Mike Whelan in this Mustang with a old school reverse rotation Pro Charger, right? And a blow through. Is that what I'm seeing?
Looks like.
Man.
Yeah, Tito helps Mike with that car quite a bit.
Cool.
And yeah, that's a nice car right there. Mike Whelan's a super nice guy.
Nice.
I don't think we've ever met Mike.
Not yet.
The runner, it gets after it.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
Yep. There you go, Gary.
There's no slouches in that little Titans, really. For
No.
Class. Just start.
Yep.
That's where I'm going to be when Rodney and Wes blow up the limited class. I'm going to go look for chips to be drawn.
You just debuted a shirt saying you're taking out all the SBFs. Yeah, make up.
You know,
Oh, that's right.
The show train there.
Days are not that long ago when the Outlaws ran 40s and were dipping in the 30s.
Right.
And now
what's that now?
I said, off for the days when the Outlaw guys were running 40s and dipping into the 30s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What long ago?
Guys were doing it.
Yep. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yep. Way to go, Rodney. You and Wes. Man.
Just trying to go rounds.
Yeah, that's right.
If I can. Not step on my own foot.
Another little Titan, Richard Mayhew. Is that how you say his last name? Mayhew?
Yep, Mayhew.
Okay.
That car can run any number in the little Titan bag. It don't matter.
Oh, good.
It can run all of them, you know.
Nice.
A lot of little Titans chimed in on your roll call here.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
People are eating
Brian,
up.
What's that?
People are eating that deal up.
Oh yeah.
No,
Real.
It's super cool.
It is.
Brian Lum responded. He says, we are planning on coming. Brian Lum, I know he also has done some drag and drive stuff. I'm not sure what his car runs or what class, but he says he's planning on coming. So that's cool.
I didn't recognize the name or the car, but a lot of times I'm bad about that. I don't know everybody, you know?
Yeah. It's hard to know everybody.
Mike Sleeper from the 301 Streetcar Group. He says, I'll be there with my Blackstone griddle helping with the bacon.
MVP.
Nice Malibu right there.
It is. He was at Ozark.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful car.
Yeah. He's a cool dude. Super nice fella too. Really cool car.
It is a car.
Austin Martin says, great class and competition. Yeah. The Little Titans group. He's right.
Yeah.
Other one, he didn't respond to this. But the other car that's just all up in Little Titans is Earl Free with that beautiful black Nova, and that's a show car too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's a nice. He's a Centerville guy. Beautiful car.
Making all of them the last I talked to him. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's Lewis Martin Jr. Lewis says, besides Austin's car in Little Titans, I believe we are bringing 2 more Little Titans cars.
Okay.
Sweet.
There you go.
Awesome.
Man,
Be a full
that's
field.
great.
And Cody said he was coming as well with the truck.
Yep. Dude, that's awesome.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun to have 20.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Bring it on.
Bring it home.
20 Little Titans cars. Larry Hunt, his car.
There's Larry Hunt. Larry says it's very possible I will be bringing mine to test Friday evening. Marty should have my new converter done, and hopefully I can get it put back together. Good job, Larry.
There you go, Larry.
Yeah, I'm going to see. I might have one too. My rental car. We'll see if I can get it ready to go or not.
Okay.
Well, you responded too. You said coming for Pro Tree no box. I hope to have it fixed by Friday. You just need some a little buffing and waxing, and it'll shine right up.
Yeah, just mud it. Just mud it.
Man, little JB Weld.
Yeah.
Al called me at work on Friday afternoon and said, "Hey, can you come over to my shop? I need you to help me roll my motor into the shop." I said, "Yeah, no problem." You know, it's still on wheels back there, you know.
Oh man.
And, motor tranny, tires and wheels, and I carry that thing in the shop in 2 or 3 pieces. And realize just how lucky Al was 3 weeks ago. Thankfully he's all right.
Yeah. Stop for a second, Al. Just talking through that, just glad you're okay and everything's good. Be on the show tonight. Anything you want to talk through? Lessons learned, safety, anything like that?
It was very obvious that anybody that saw the video, and you can pull it up, it's on Jerry Stewart's Facebook page if you want to go find it. But I definitely had a divine passenger in there with me. I don't know how we both got in that car, but we were both in there.
Yeah,
for sure. And I've said it 100 times since then. And this is one of these things that just, it almost makes me ill to watch bracket racing and be out bracket racing and watch these guys tighten those belts and wear your damn arm restraints in your fire suit, man. It just,
and your head and neck deal.
Well, yeah, and your neck collar and whatever too, which I'm bad about. That's, I'll admit that. But I remember after the collision, I felt the car hit me, and I felt that my car hit the guardrail, and I was over on my side and sliding. But I can tell you, I had the conscious thought as I'm sliding on my side, I could feel how tight my belts were, and I could feel that my arms were tucked into my ribs with the arm restraints. And I thought to myself, if this thing will just stop sliding, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna stop sliding.
Yeah. What got you in that situation where you said, when you're rolling through the lights, like, take us through that?
Well, it's so quick, but I don't know. Possibly I was on the brake too hard. It's an old hardtail car, and if you're not familiar with a hardtail car with no suspension, you got to be careful with the brakes. Anybody that's ever drove one knows that. And bracket guys, they use the brakes too much anyway. It's a bad habit. And the Pro Charger guys, when I got the Pro Charger, they said, well, now if you're a throttle whacker, you really can't do that with that Pro Charger. It'll spit the belt off. You need to learn how to scrub the brakes. So I've kind of turned into a brake scrubber, on the finish line. And I came ripping down there up beside old Gene and could see that I was going to gather him up. And I thought, this is the final. I'm going to win this thing, and I'm not going to break out. And he gave me room, and I got on the brake and scrubbed 9 mile an hour, to take 02. And, I kind of felt the back wash a little, and the nose swung over, and that front tire come up in the air as the nose was swinging over, going across the center line. And I thought, this ain't going to be good. And kapowie, there was no more time than just enough time to go, this ain't good.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow. So, but all I can say is my belts were tight, and I knew it, and those arm restraints were on, and I could feel them. And I was just looking out the side of my helmet at the asphalt going by.
Yeah.
So while that was going on for like the split second that it happened, it happens very quick. Like you said, when you was in there, you're on your side. Did you feel okay and safe? Like you had confidence in your safety equipment that I'm going to be okay. I just need to stop sliding so I can get out.
Yeah.
Did you feel good?
I was. That initial hit, I got to plug my phone in there. That initial hit with Gene, it was a pretty good hit, but I was already leaning over. He kind of hit me in the butt. My butt was kind of up in the air, and he hit me in the bottom of the seat basically, and on my bottom of my leg, and you can see where the frame rail's pretty bowed in on the other half of that car where he hit me. And then it made a big bang, and it made a big bang when it hit the guardrail. And I haven't been out to the track, but I think I bowed the guardrail pretty good. Put a big bow in it. And after them, I had just 1 second to think, man, I hope we kind of quit doing this.
Yeah.
This banging into stuff ain't really very funny.
Quit crashing.
Yeah. And then it was just sliding.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I really think Gene pushed me up against the guardrail. I think he had part of keeping me pretty safe too, you know, just not by his choice, but just the way it worked out. He shoved me up against the guardrail, and I was backwards to the track, but instead of being sideways and rolling, he pushed me back straight and backwards, and I was just sliding. And
like
I'm not 100% sure that he didn't drag me for a ways. I don't know that.
Right.
Like his car took some energy out of your crash and helped you out.
Yeah, I really think it did.
Yeah.
And
right.
If you watch the video, you can see my blue parachute fly out in front of him. And I'm not 100% sure that he didn't possibly drag me for a little bit, you know.
Sure.
And
wow.
But anyway, in all the dragging and in all the sliding, we ended up facing the right way on the track. So I don't know how that happened, but
well, glad you're okay.
Pointed the right direction when we stopped, you know.
Yeah.
Is that your first crash you've been involved in since you've been racing?
Yep.
In how many years?
40. You know.
Wow, that's impressive, dude.
Impressive,
man.
You know, I've never tore one up. You know, had one get loose a couple times. You know, and kind of make a move, but
right.
And that was Al's first ever win.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got the win about 30 seconds before all, not even 30 seconds.
Are you serious, Larry?
About 10 seconds before all
that.
Wow. That is incredible.
So, yeah, I finally had a car that would run and got the deed done right until I got the deed done, you know.
Right.
Well, shout out to your safety equipment, man. Like, it's there for a reason.
Yep.
Yes.
I can't say it enough, and I'm kind of the safety equipment guy anyway. But
right. No, good stuff. Thanks for sharing. You know,
I'm waiting for Darcy to yell at me about a Hans device. I figure that's coming yet.
Yeah, she'll get on you for sure.
Yeah, she's been on me about that. So
yeah. Well, if she hasn't by this weekend, I'll go talk to her. Make sure she does.
And that's speaking of Darcy, I've heard rumor that they might be coming.
Great.
I don't know that. I haven't seen it in print, but I kind of heard rumblings, so I don't know.
Nice.
Is that Darcy Knowles you're talking about?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Yep. No, that's great.
Cool. Yes.
More the merrier. Gary, what are we supposed to do with our bacon when we bring it to the track?
Well, Wendy Martin says, back to the bacon. I'll have a cooler marked bacon with ice in it. Whoever brings bacon can put it in there. That way I can get started on it early.
Perfect.
Good info. Yes.
Okay.
Very good. That means we can start eating it early. Yes.
I was thinking that, Gary.
Well, we've already established that we can lead Larry anywhere we want him with bacon.
Oh, yeah,
bacon.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
When Hal said, Larry, can you help me move my engine in? He goes, is there any bacon?
Yeah, I didn't have any bacon, but I did in the end get it drug in there by myself. I had it on a barrel cart.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got it drug up the driveway by myself. So
bacon or jerky from Buc-ee's, right, Larry?
Rodney, listen to this. Larry, tell Rodney how close you are to a Buc-ee's.
I'm actually set in my pickup right now, and I can look out the window of my pickup and I can see it. I can see the sign from my house.
It's inside.
That's great.
That's right up there with living next door to a Waffle House, ain't it?
Right? Absolutely. Yes.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I want a Buc-ee's to the left and a Waffle House to the right.
Yeah.
Little bit of heaven right there.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Al, Larry, last week, Chris Maybrower tagged Gary and I. He was at the same Waffle House that we were at Oak Grove, saying we're holding our chair down there.
Where you at?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It's always a good time.
Yes. Cool.
Well, Al, before we move on here, your poor car, but we're obviously glad you're safe and sound and good, and we couldn't wait to get over there and see you, after that, and give you a hug and make sure we saw you with our eyes that you were okay. We care a lot about you guys and all of the racers, but we're just glad to see you were okay.
Yeah, well, I appreciate all that, and I was actually pretty touched by everybody, and I'll just say it, okay? As the track manager, you definitely feel the hatred once in a while.
Sure.
And I don't know any better way to say that than to say you're kind of a target. And I had a lot of hugs from a lot of people I didn't expect it from.
Yeah.
And a lot of well wishes, and man, I'm glad to see you're all right. You okay? And I said, guys, I'm fine. I'm standing here. And in the end, I did have a little 25-cent piece size bruise on each side of the outside of my knee on each leg, but that was it. And
was that from banging a bar in the cage?
I would have to say yes. I would guess. Your legs are getting thrown around a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, that's a pretty good trade. I'll take it.
But I wasn't any more sore than any other old man day when I get out of bed, and but it was really unbelievable. Everybody, all the hugs and some of them from who it was, and oh my God, I'm so glad you're okay, and it was pretty touching, to be quite honest. And I appreciate all of that from everybody,
Well, staying with that, there was when we came over to seen you, that was the third attempt. We went,
no doubt,
because we were just a stone throw for you. So we would we were just working to get stuff put up.
Yeah.
And we how many people are there now? It's still pretty busy. Okay. Do some more work. Then finally on the third try, we went over there and caught you. And then, but yeah, so yeah.
Well, and thank you too to all those people. And I couldn't even tell you who was all there.
Yeah.
But all those guys, and a lot of it was TNS people, but
sure.
they literally just carried my freaking old car into that trailer. You know, it just, they got it in the trailer, and I just finally stepped back. I just went, I'll just stay out of the way.
Yeah. Adam and Tony kind of took over on that project.
Yeah.
And Zach,
they drugged the back end back in there up in the front with the engine and the tires and the rear end and stuff. And we tied it down and they just carried the front half in there. And Mikey and I tied that together, looped through the intake manifold in the back of my cage with a strap and tied them together and then just tied the front down and hauled it home,
There you go.
But whoever was all involved in loading that car, well, thank you too, because we'd have had to work for a while to get it in there if we were trying to do it by ourselves,
Hey, when we went to the tower to get Rodney's check, because he got paid to race, because he's a professional racer, and that's what you do. You get paid. You get to take a check home. Up in the tower, your crash was talked about of the handful of guys that was up there, and we overheard somebody say that you wasn't too terribly worried because you have race car insurance.
I do have race car insurance from Larice Motorsports, and it's yet to be seen exactly how that works out. It's still in process. I kind of expect to hear a little more from them this week about it, because I've been back and forth with them a time or two.
Sure.
But I did have both the off track and the on track insurance. And so I told the gal there, Haley Placence, that she's the gal I talked to. I said, well, you're either going to have a lot of customers here or you're not. So, so warm that pen up,
Yeah.
And she said, "Oh, well, don't worry, we'll take care of you, And she said, "That's good." And so I've been telling people it's Laris Motorsports Insurance. Pull it up. It's
Spell that. Isn't that with a Z, right? Laris.
Laris.
Oh, the S. Okay, right.
Yep.
Now, Al, your on track is it's pretty reasonable too, isn't it?
It's I didn't have a huge big policy, but the off track was $600 a year and the on track was $600 a year.
Well, that's not bad.
Not bad at all.
And then you and the underwriters, they agree on a set price, and
yep. And you kind of declare what they break it into your roller. Your car is a roller, and then your drivetrain, and you kind of got to declare which part is worth how much, and you'll send them some pictures and tell them about it, and and they write a policy, and and I asked some questions, and I said, this on track deal. So, somebody crashes into you, covered, I said, a storm covered, whatever. I said, somebody runs into you, covered. I said, you blow your motor up. We don't protect your motor. You blow your motor up, you're on your own. But she did say, you blow your own motor up and drive in your oil and crash, that's covered.
Okay.
So, okay. That works.
But we don't cover blown motors.
Right.
Now you said somebody crashes into you. What about if you're the fault, you crash into the other guy? How does that work?
There's nothing there for that. It's not like a what is it on your insurance called? Collision, I think.
Collision or
yeah. It's just they're covering your car only.
Okay.
And like poor old Gene, he was just the recipient of my shit storm, but and the poor dude, I feel bad yet to this day. I think we scared the fire out of him,
Sure.
He I was out of the car and walking around for at least 5 minutes, if not 10, and he was still sitting on the track, not even out of the car. And I said, somebody better go down there and look on him. He's still he hasn't even gotten out of the car,
Wow.
And I think we scared him pretty bad. And I do truly feel bad about that. Gene's a good guy. We didn't hurt his car too bad. He was back racing it a week ago at Cordova at some deal. Didn't have a front end on it, but he was racing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not to be slowed down either, but but he was pretty shook up that night.
Oh yeah.
But
there's a lot of people on the property shook up,
and I do feel bad about scaring the poor old dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Good question.
Okay.
But I was certainly a surprise in his life all of a sudden,
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Great info and everything you've said, Al. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you pull up Jerry Stewart, and it's just like it sounds, Jerry Stewart on Facebook, and you'll have to scroll down a little bit. Now the video's on there.
Okay.
All right. We got a few more to finish up in the roll call. Mr. Tim Perdue, our contact at Weld Racing, he says, can't wait to see everyone and check out all the action, which he didn't say if he's racing. So I asked him if you're racing, and he said, yes, sir. We will be there playing with the car in the 580 class, this time with a converter that's not broken.
Good. Cool.
Yes, very good, Tim.
It was good to see him last time. I was surprised, but he was there and having a good time as best as I can tell. And we talked about a few things and never really got to elaborate on it. But I'd still, if we ever got the chance to sit down and elaborate on some of his ideas, that'd be fun too. So
right. That's right. Yep. Plenty of time to work at them details.
Yeah. Nice.
Chad Pringle says, Miss Pringle going to be there in 580.
Yeah, I was glad to see that car coming. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that car, but it's cool.
I've never seen it. Okay. 57, is that like a Nomad? Is that what they call that body?
No, it's a sedan delivery, actually.
Okay, sedan delivery. Okay.
It's got a 632 in it with a Linko.
Oh, man, get down.
Get down.
Big tires on the back and some really cool pin work inside. And It's a really cool car. You guys, if you haven't seen that car, you got to check that one out.
Heck yeah.
Awesome. It looks badass, really.
Yeah, it's badass.
Photography by Chesney says, looking forward to seeing everyone next weekend. Hopefully Mother Nature chills out and lets us race.
Yes, hopefully.
And
well, we're just going to quit talking about that now.
Right.
There you go. Shut it down.
All you people just right now, just stop. And
yep.
No more. And don't say the R word at all this week.
Yep.
R. Rhymes with pain.
Yeah.
Photography by
the Mokanese, it's at the bracket finals. It's always the Mokan Pirates. R. And so we're just going to stop that right now.
R word.
Yeah.
Photography by Chesney also says this was their status to your call out, and my status is 2 Canon cameras ready to take some awesome photos for everyone. Also very excited for the pancakes and waffles and bacon.
Nice. Nothing but a good time.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
I just hope this weekend, like I say, we're not supposed to be talking about weather, but for the energy and the hype that's going on this week, man, I hope it stays clear, because I mean everybody's ready to have a good time this weekend. So
That's right.
I'm gonna have to eat 3 pounds of bacon by myself over here. So
it'll keep.
It'll keep in my belly.
Yeah, it'll keep.
Yeah.
Bacon doesn't go bad. Just keep eating.
I'll eat all that. I'll eat it all live on Facebook.
Very good.
Good.
Appreciate you guys coming on. It's a great show, great energy. Love the pictures. Love talking about the race. The shoot, Friday night shootout that comes together. Will records be broken? That's just we'll have to see this weekend.
And everybody that thinks they can run the 399, bring it.
Bring it. The good thing about that is this weekend, like I say, we're going to keep our fingers crossed. If you look at the long range, I mean, it is a lot of cloudy, so that we're not going to have that direct sunlight on the racetrack. It's going to be kind of overcast, so that's going to help. And I think it's going to be fast.
Yeah,
nice.
I'll take overcast all day long.
Yep.
If you think you can do it, you better be up in the head of the line.
Yep.
Exactly.
You better be first.
Todd Bennett, this is your call out. Don't be talking about it. Come do it.
No. You gotta beat Devin to the front of the line.
That's right.
Melissa Morrow says, previous winners, don't forget to come get your free 8x10 at the merch tent Saturday.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And that's something we want to talk about. Melissa's been doing that this year. So, that's a very cool bonus that our series photographer is doing. So if you win the previous race, she has got an 8x10 for you. Professional quality picture. She'll have it at the t-shirt shack where they do the t-shirts, where we sell them, and she kind of takes refuge from the shade there every once in a while. And her son actually sells the t-shirts for us. So go right over there. If you're the winner, she has a free 8x10 for you of your car.
Nice.
Cool.
So hats off to Morrow Photography. That's been a huge deal this year, and she's been great this year. Her and her son coming out helping us and selling t-shirts, and she takes awesome pictures. And also Chesney out there at Mokan does great pictures too. There's going to be some great photography on site this weekend. So bring your extra money if you want to buy some pictures, and they do everything from small ones to all the way up to big, like in full canvas. So there's
cool.
something for you on everything you need on the photography side. They got you covered.
Nice. Well, I'll be over there seeing Melissa, because I had 2 posters framed from the Ozark that I've been talking to her with.
Really cool pictures.
Yeah,
really cool.
That's my first parachute out picture and that little burnout picture. So I'm excited to see him. Great to work with, and made the order seamless, paid over the little internet there, and I'm excited to see it.
Absolutely. So shout out tomorrow.
Yep. Shout out to Melissa. And on that note, I've dropped the ball a little bit. And I've got the gift certificates for the guys. You get so busy on Saturday night and it's hard to remember it all, but a new sponsor, Mel Hambleton Ford.
Yes.
Yep. We've got BOGO tire certificate for, there you go. Right there on Rodney. We've got BOGO tire certificates for the runner up at both past races in Little Titans. So if that's you, if you're the runner up in Little Titans at Centerville and at MAD, you need to come see me and get those gift certificates. And then also the runner up in Outlaw and Limited and Little Titans, the gift certificate to Horsepower Proving Grounds.
Yes.
Okay. You, Rod. That's you.
So for 2 hours of dyno time. So
that's you, Rod. He's the runner up.
That was an Ozark.
Oh, that was the Ozark deal. Man, never mind.
Yeah.
Edit that out. Edit it out.
Yeah. But anyway, my bad for not taking care of my sponsors, and Larry's got to remind me. I get lost and everything else, and they're on the dash of my pickup. I've got them, and I just forget to hand them to people,
And I'm going to give a shout out real quick to Horsepower Proving Grounds. Al's been on it with his dragster. It's a hub dyno. I took my car over there, and you always think, of course I run, alcohol injection, and you always think, oh, it feels fat, it feels lean. You're always just kind of guessing where you're at. And I'll never forget, I rolled my car into Clayton's. We made just a first pull on it, and it was like 1,023 horsepower is what it made. And within 2 pulls later, it was 1,170. So we found 150 horsepower, and I want to say like 150 or 200 foot-pounds of torque. We left there, it was 1,170 and 1,021 foot-pounds of torque. I would have never found that unless it would have been on the dyno. And within 3 pulls, Wes at Show Me Speed had the fuel system, because he's the one that built the motor, and he had the fuel system dialed in with him and Clayton within 3 or 4 passes, and it was seamless. And if you've ever been on a hub dyno, it's the best money you can spend, because it takes all the guesswork out of it when you go to the racetrack. And so I highly recommend that. Horsepower Proving Grounds here in Stratford. They're right across the street from me. Go check them out. They're awesome. They're absolutely awesome.
Well said.
My car was the same way. We bolted it on there, and the 3rd pull we had 70 more horsepower.
Man.
Yep.
Wow.
It went from my little small block went from like 790 to 860 in 2 pulls, and it was just fuel change, and it was a fuel setup that I would have never done. I would have never went there at the track, because I just thought it was too much. That's way rich, and I would have never tried it. And we made 2 pill changes, and boom,
Larry, did your time slip reflect the change?
Yes. It went from running, 505, 506, 135 miles an hour to a 495 at 140.
Wow. Very good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Man, there you go.
Yeah.
And mine was the same way. Went from 480s to 460s.
Wow.
So who, Horsepower Proving Grounds, who is that? Is that Wes, or is that somebody Wes?
It's Clayton Lamb is his name. And
so does he have
most all of the outlaw guys like Craig Ondrick, Devin, Junior Surface, that's where they all go, is Horsepower Proving Grounds. He's got a Pro Line hub dyno, and it's all new equipment. It's all state of the art, and you just wheel your car in there. And I mean, he's putting on Clayton does all the labor. He puts your hubs on, he takes your tires and wheels off, he gets you all set up, and then whether you have Wes coming over to tune it, or Clayton's tuning it, or whoever your tuner is, come there with you, and I mean, the dyno is just wide open, and you just use it at your discretion, and it's a great tool to have for this area.
Cool.
Or you can tune your own. I just tuned my own, but
yep.
Sure.
You know, we tried several things over the course of 3 hours. You know, tried different timing settings and the fuel setting, and found the happiest, and that's where it's run ever since.
Yep.
Nice.
And Wes said, and Larry needed a tighter converter after the new power.
He did.
He did.
I'll have a brand new chance converter here this week. So
there you go.
Awesome.
Any other last thoughts, Al, Larry? Shout outs or anything?
No, I'm pretty good, I think.
Just come ready to race this weekend, and as always, we're going to have a great time, and look forward to seeing everybody at Mokan Dragway.
Yep. And tell people, spectators, we love spectators.
Yep.
And their spectators are huge for this whole program to work too. So tell your neighbors, tell your mom, you know, tell your church friends, bring the church lady. It don't matter to us.
Co-workers.
We'll sell her a ticket and sell her a T-shirt. We love it.
Nice.
Just bring people anywhere you can spread it and tell it.
We want this series to continue, and it takes racers and it takes spectators.
Yep.
So
well, you guys
we're in it for the long haul. We got to have the support of the spectators and the racers, and we love what we do, and like I said, what we talked about earlier, we like seeing everybody go fast, you know, and then that's the whole gist of this program is have fun, go fast, and when you leave at the track on Sunday, and you talk about the good time you had on Monday. So
yeah, well, you guys do a great job with this series, and just looking forward to it. Just continue on. It's going to be a great time.
Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Oh yeah, and appreciate you guys. What you're doing right here. So and all
the before we leave, I'm going to ask you a legit question.
Yeah, boy.
So before we get off here tonight, obviously, I got to drive right past Buc-ee's to Mokan Friday morning. Do you guys need anything from Buc-ee's?
Oh yeah, I'll send you a list.
All right.
I know what you need.
Okay, since you started, hold on. I sent Gary a picture yesterday. I'm out of this little thing I want. I'm out. I had 3 bags. I'm out. And I said, we need to make another Buc-ee's run.
Well, the beaver nuggets?
No, don't even show him, Gary. Don't even show him.
Oh, okay, I'll stop looking.
Don't even show him. I know what you're doing. No. But yeah, if I do an alphabetical order, can you get stuff for the girls too, the wife and stuff? Because if I come home with just my stuff, woo, that's not going to be good.
Exactly.
I know Gary wants something too. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, that's funny. What's
Dowell wanting there? Buc-ee's lingerie or what?
Buc-ee's just came out with a Speedo.
Oh, you name it. I mean, we can start with the jerky, the banana pudding, the gummy bears, the dark chocolate pretzels. I mean,
brisket sandwiches.
The brisket sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cookie dough. What else is there? Yeah.
You're going to be an hour in there, Larry. You better start early.
He knows.
Exactly.
He knows.
Well, I always got to wait on you anyways. So.
Yeah, I've been pretty much ready the last 2 races.
Yeah.
Josh Walker says, "Ready to get mine going. Titans is awesome."
Nice.
That's my nephew.
Yeah, we're missing Josh so far this year. I hope he gets going.
Looks like he races a white Monte Carlo.
Yep.
We're waiting on. We got his car in my shop right now, and it's in like 5 million pieces, and waiting on rings. So we got the crankshaft in it, got all that done, and just waiting on rings. And Daniel Campbell ought to have those for us here this week, I'm hoping. So we'll be at the next one with his car.
Cool. Zach West says I may have to come stand on the sideline with a cheeseburger, maybe.
Well, if Zach West gets the cheeseburger, it'll be a triple.
Yes.
I'm thinking that's a threat. Zach West better make good on that threat.
There you go.
Lewis Martin Jr. says he's ordering a chopped brisket from Buc-ee's, so write that down.
Yeah.
What did I say? XXL?
Yeah, XXL. That's extra
large.
Big.
Several years ago, I was standing at the concession stand at Ozark, and me and Zach West were standing there, and he walks up to the window. We've always had an ongoing joke for years, and that's where that comment come from. And we're sitting there, and he walks up to the window, and he said, "I want a triple cheeseburger." And the lady at the window said, well, sir, we don't offer triple cheeseburgers. He said, "You do now." And he said, "And you just figure out what you got to have, what I owe you, and I'll pay you." And so his hamburger was like this thick when it come out the window, and he ate every bit of it.
Yes. XXL. That's great.
I'll buy 3 hamburgers. Just don't put any buns on the other 2.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, just put it together in one pile.
Oh my goodness.
I'm hoping Zach West gets his car fixed or finished, ready to go, because boy, we really miss him out there at Titans. Zach was the showstopper back in the day.
Oh yeah.
That's
cool.
Everybody ran to the fence.
Yep.
They did. That guy could drag the bump. When everybody else was spinning, Zach West was on the bumper.
So everybody come to Mokan, because this is your last chance before a 2-month break.
Yes.
And then the back half of the season starts.
Titans goes into a little hiatus, so this is it.
Yep. No, you're right.
Then you finish the back half starting in August at Noble, and then Tulsa in September, and the finals at Ozark in October. So come get it next week while you can, and then take the hot summer break and come back for the back half ready to kill it.
This is the time where me and Al starts building trophies, the flying piston trophies and all that. We got a couple month time where we get all of our errands done for, going to transmission shops and getting the old planetaries and rounding up pistons and getting all that done. And believe it or not, to build 8 flying piston trophies, it takes a lot of work to find the parts you need. Because ain't nobody got 182 planetaries anymore that they throw in the trash, So, so the time we do that, of course, we take them and get them, we build them and get them powder coated and all that. And we try to get that done in this break period, and or at least get a good start on it, So, kind of gives us a chance to take a break in the hot, and we race our cars and get ready for the back half of the season. So.
And you putting them trophies together. That's Dowell with 2 L's. E-L-L.
Yeah.
Woo! I ain't racing. I can sit over here and talk shit,
Yeah, Dowell's got his hands full right at this point.
Oh, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I can't get around this wagon. I mean, then he just comes in, shows out. I'm just Spaniacs right there, baby face.
Camaro.
Frost is going to show up out of nowhere, and you know.
Well, Rodney, if you ever want to see what the flying piston trophies look like, you can go right over to Show Me Speed's shop, and you can look at the one they've got on display over there.
Exactly right. Yeah. Hey, to be the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right.
Just don't drop it on your toe.
Yeah.
No, it's heavy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
All right, boys. We thank you for what you do for us.
Yeah,
man. You guys have a good week. See you
Friday.
Friday.
We'll see you on Friday.
Okay.
Hey, we always love having you guys on, but Harper still has a bunch of them on you. So.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah. He's not skeptical. Yeah. Take care, guys.
Take care. We'll see you guys next week.
All right.
See you later.
Yeah. Great show, Gary.
Oh man, that was so much fun.
That was fun. Great question about the, I was kind of bouncing out, if you want to talk about that, but he put that picture out there, and great question about the insurance stuff. Cause everybody thinks about that, but doesn't think about it. We'll go spend all this money on power adders or just whatever, but I get that insurance as well. Got any of that insurance as well. Hey, go ahead while you got a second, throw our sponsors up. Partners.
On our partners here. Give a shout out to these awesome partners with us in 2025 race season: Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Mobile Recon Mobile Detailing, Titans of 10.5 the fastest small tire series in the Midwest. Al and Larry, we just talked to them guys. Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage and Harry Street Carpet. Thanks a ton for these awesome partners hanging out with us in 2025.
Nice. Great show. A lot of great comments, interaction, man. I think you got that warning shot. About the $3.99, and here they come out. You couldn't keep
man.
Fast enough.
Woo!
Man, that's going to be awesome. And then when you stepped away, too, Wes had a comment about, limited, what the limited record was, because last year.
Yeah, that was right before I left.
Yeah. Okay, good. You saw that then. Yeah.
I put that up for you to talk about, and I left.
Okay. Yeah. Because, he was running 8.5 last year, right? So, he was asking what the 275 was. But anyway, yeah, looking good.
Yeah. Zach. Oh, yeah. Zach West, a little typo, but he says, Gary, and I'm going to say Hot Rod, you guys are killing it with these podcasts. Always look forward to watching you guys. Thanks a lot, Zach. We appreciate you taking the time on Sunday night to hang out. Thanks, Zach.
No, it was a great show. I'm excited to listen to it back.
Have we ever met Zach? I don't know.
I don't think so. I want to say I don't think so. I know. Is he the starter? Did they talk about that as well? What, did that ring a bell?
I think so.
I remember.
Zach, help us out. Help us out, Zach.
Remember the name because when he was talking about the green,
instant green,
the instant green
and
came up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it here. Sorry, Gary and Hot Rod. Love the show.
Heck yeah.
We love the fact that you love the show.
So,
that means we're doing okay, I guess. Thank you.
Yeah. No, we appreciate everybody coming in, chiming in. And you definitely lit it up when you said Todd Bennett to the front.
Well, Lewis Martin Jr. says this is Wendy and I's Sunday evening show.
Thanks, you go. Lewis. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Well, we've been called the Sunday Evening Boys.
The Sunday Evening Boys. Yeah. Jim and his wife Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can't wait to have some waffles, pancakes, and bacon with you Friday night.
What a great community.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Hope the blankety blank stays away.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing we can do about it. Yeah.
Great tags too. There's a lot of people tagging in saying they're coming and just everybody come in, have a good time, and they're talking about the cloud cover like they are. And that'll be a little good.
That's right.
Did you kind of catch that on the rumor we're hearing about Harper rolling to Thunder Valley a couple times out with track prep? Did you kind of catch that without? And was that little underhand there? Do you hear that?
I don't know. I must have missed that if Al was throwing them pieces out there.
I don't know. Maybe just
I did catch where
it's in there. You just grab stuff sometimes.
Well, I didn't. I thought I saw where Josh Gill said something about Harper doing some help down there.
Maybe that's what it was. Interesting.
Doug Perry says, "Great show, guys. Mine too." He means his Sunday evening show.
Heck yeah.
And Austin Martins, he's right. He says sometimes on Wednesdays.
That's true. Gotta have those makeup shows. Have a good time. Keep it going. Keep it going.
The long Sunday travels will push us back.
Yeah.
So
it should be good.
Those are over till later, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's within a pretty reasonable drive.
Yeah. So. Yeah. All right, Gary, we'll call tonight unless you got anything else. Great show.
I don't, man. Let's wrap it up.
I got to get inside and get my Buc-ee's list going.
You better get your list going. You're going to be late for bed.
Woo!
You got till, Thursday or so, I think.
Oh, my goodness. I'm rolling.
Yeah. Oh, man. The Buc-ee's list. That's good stuff.
One more thing I got to go after. Here's a hint.
Okay.
One more thing I got to go after this week.
Oh, that's right, man. You got to make Goose's day.
Yeah. No, Debbie, thank you. Thanks.
Debbie Foreman, have a good night, guys. Thanks, Debbie. Can't wait to see you guys again. And Betty White.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, Betty White. Cool.
Betty White and Rick James, right?
Rick James.
Isn't that the Malibu? Rick James?
Yep. Rick James. Doug Perry says, I might see you guys this weekend. Yeah, up here, a few comments. He said he might come down and hang out.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Be good to see you, Doug.
Yeah.
Let's get over here and wrap this up.
All right. You ready?
Yep. You ready, bud?
I'm ready.
Wow.
Nice.
Cool.
Good work. Good work.
Yep. Rod, thanks for your time. It was fun as always.
Look, you just got up from her nap.
Oh, Ginger. What's up, Ginger?
You've been leaping the whole time here in her waggy.
Was she asleep in the deal beside you there?
Yeah, the whole time she's been sleeping.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
She's a good sleeper.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, it's time to go in.
Start eating the show. Get a nap.
Get on in there. Let's go. All right.
All right.
We are done. We'll be back next Sunday with a Titans Mokan follow-up show, right? And
and then going on to the 21st, Arc City.
Head to Arc City with Harper. Have a good week, guys. Thanks, Doug. Everybody, good night. Thank you, and we'll catch you later. See you, Rod.
See you, bud.